Come on in, friends. Welcome to the morning message. I should sit in that chair with that backdrop. I don't feel like it. I don't. I want to sit right here on the floor where I was just stretching, getting my physical life together. Feels good to be on the floor right now. So, yeah, here we are again. All right, I do think I need a little bit more light. So let's go on this side of the room. Say hello in the chat if you choose to be like that. All right. Clearly, I'm feeling giddy gumdrops. I did not wash my face or brush my teeth, and here we are. Welcome to the morning message. And we have no earrings for, I think, day 3 in a row. That's part of my self-mastery, to just move on through and over it all, because it's not necessary. Okay, this is better. All right. I remember the name of the video. Oh, there it is. Whew, yeah, we're gonna get into it. I had to take a little sigh just in remembering the name of the video because I feel the energy coming in so hard. All right, welcome y'all. My name is Allah-mi Basheer, intuitive self-mastery coach. Welcome to the morning message. All right, yeah. I had a one-liner that I came up with and I got it, but I don't even feel like we need to get into all of that. If you want to know who I am and what I do, I teach people how to stop second-guessing themselves and trust their own truth. Yep, that's it in its essence. So you can make more confident and aligned decisions. That's it. If you want to know more about how I do that, you're going to have to learn it later today, because begreateveryday.com will be back up later today. I'm doing some updates to it. Yeah. I do this live intuitive channel message every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern. I'm just gonna let it do what it do today. You see, I got some cards to work with, but I already got the title. Saw the caption of the video. You already know what we're talking about. So for those of you who stay stressing, stay worried about some stuff, stay anxious, stay depressed, stay feeling insecure, this one's for you, okay? So let me give you a little bit of backdrop to me real quick. Yes, I'm an intuitive. Yes, I'm an executive coach. I support people through all kinds of problems and challenges. But even before I start talking about who I serve, let's talk about who I am and how I even got here. So, I had a 9-to-5 like everybody else. I was working in counseling and coaching, working in counseling and higher education. My style of counseling has always been coaching. Thank you, Talia. Damn, cool. I'm sorry to hear that. My style of counseling has always been coaching oriented. So it wasn't hard to kind of be who I am in the context of doing my old job. As an academic crisis and career counselor, it's not hard to start coaching people because, that's a natural part of people's personal growth. It's not just, hey, this is what you got to do. It's like, let me help you get motivated to do it. That's always been my style. But even though I had a job that allowed me to show up as a coach under the title of a counselor, I just wasn't really happy in that context. There were so many other things besides what I did on a day-to-day basis that made my job less than desirable, even though I was making the money. and doing the work that I really wanted to do and all the things, there were still some pieces of the puzzle that were missing. Some really important pieces, like one, my autonomy. My ability to do what the fuck I want to do on a given day and to serve people in the best way I know how, not in these kind of rigid confines of don't talk about this, do talk about that. Make sure you don't go, too far to the right or to the left, because as an academic counselor, particularly in my first gig at the University of Southern California, shout out, fight on, they really didn't want you doing too much mental health counseling. Okay, it's like stick to the basics of the academic stuff and maybe a little bit of the social emotional, but you're not really getting deep into mental health. Then my next gig, I got an opportunity to go deeper into mental health things, but it was like they didn't really honor my coaching approach. It was really more like metric based. Did you get this done? Did you tell them that? It was like really more specific, as Vic says. And so, long story short, my previous jobs did not give me the full satisfaction of everything that I wanted to experience in a work setting. There was still like something missing. And that something missing, it was a problem, honestly. I've had the jobs where you're making the money and you may have a little bit of the flexibility, but I didn't have all of the freedom. I still got to ask people, can I take time off? I still got to plan vacations around these regimented schedules that, I don't control. It was still kind of a lot of stuff that I didn't really prefer. And the straw that broke the camel's back, because even with all of those variables, I still did the things. I still stayed at the jobs. I still kept the commitment to do the work. But it was only once I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of not having all of what I wanted in the experience that then I started to look elsewhere, okay? And even in looking elsewhere, it wasn't like, take this job and shove it, I'm gonna go do something else. It was kind of like a slow drip of dissatisfaction, It started with, I don't even remember the exact sequence of things, but, I had some challenges with some coworkers, more like not personal beef, but just like more professional disagreements, okay? I see it one way, they see it another, and, we're at an impasse. It created a little bit of not a little bit, but a lot of discomfort there. I didn't feel supported. I didn't feel like, I felt like I was a one-man band with no army to support me. And that made me feel a little bit disgruntled, okay? And then there were some other changes happening with leadership and just all kinds of different changes that were just kind of, as they say, to see the writing on the wall. Like I just started to see the writing on the wall that it's probably time for me to start moving around, okay? But it wasn't until, even with that thought of like, I probably should be looking at doing something different. It was just a thought. It wasn't actually a plan. I did not have an actual, plan of attack for it. But it wasn't until I drove to work one day and I started having them heart palpitations. I started feeling like anxious and unsettled. I started feeling like I was loathing going to work, even though I love serving my students. I started loathing running into certain people because it was like, those relationships make me feel uncomfortable because I don't feel supported. I don't feel safe. So like little by little, like little things started happening and they became big things when my health got involved, right? It became a big thing. Like, oh shit, no, I gotta do something, okay? I gotta do something, like immediately, not like one day, but immediately, because my health started getting compromised. And that's when I finally started entertaining, as people say, the big leap into entrepreneurship, into going full time after my visions and my dreams. But you see what it took, It took some real disruption in order to get me activated to take action, okay? And for me, my value system is set up to where if my health is compromised, it's definitely, it's a no-brainer. It's got to stop immediately. And so it wasn't until I got to that point that I was ready to take that action. But man, I hate that it had to get to that. I hate that it had to get to that. Me feeling like I'm about to have a damn heart attack just trying to go to work. Spirit's telling me to slow this down a little bit because some of y'all really relate to that. Feeling that degree of upset just trying to go to work. Feeling anxious, sitting in your car like, fuck, this again. Seeing certain people at your workplace that you don't really care for, or maybe they don't care for you. And that feeling of discontent, that energy of like unwelcome, that's unwelcoming. Many of you relate to this. And yet you still get up and you still go and you still, as they say, go make the donuts. Crystal. It's like you still go and go through all the motions and do all of the things. Okay. My only regret around leaving my former occupation was that I didn't see the signs faster for myself, that it took me having a compromised health, like a literal health scare, to start to take action. And even then, it wasn't until I had a grief and loss situation that I really was like, no more. Let me turn this fan on. I'm hot. Hot, 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 hot. Yeah. It was like, I got to the point of like, okay, for real, I got to do something when I started having the heart palpitations. But even then, I didn't actually take the big leap until I had a grief and loss experience that I just couldn't navigate at work. I was not able to be at work no more. I couldn't deal with them and what I was experiencing. So that's when it finally changed. That's when it finally changed. So that is actually what catapulted me into entrepreneurship. It wasn't that I hated the people there or I hated what I was doing. I was just not at peace. I could not find peace in that environment. I couldn't find it. It doesn't matter like who I tried to avoid or what days I took off or how I tried to navigate the environment to, hold off as many of the negative experiences that I could. Like, I could not find peace there. And granted, I was grieving at the same time, so that is disruptive in itself. But even beyond that, I didn't have peace. Before that, I didn't have peace. So that was just the straw that broke the camel's back. So then when I jumped into entrepreneurship, it wasn't just like a green light go. It was like, I guess I'm gonna do this. Let me see what happens here. Terrified to death. Like, I ain't got shit to lose. If I stay here, I might have a heart attack and die. And if I leave, I at least can say I tried to see what could happen. I tried. It was during that time that I really came to know my deal breakers. My deal breakers. I had as a child promised myself that I would never work a job I didn't love. And while I know I said that to myself, it's not something that I actively and proactively was remembering every single day. But during that season of my life, I happened to remember it. It's like, remember what you told yourself. You're not going to stay in a job that you don't love. Because I had watched family members do that and come home disgruntled every day and complaining every day. And they just didn't look happy. And I didn't want that for me. But even though I said that as a child, and I can remember saying that, I also forgot. So then when I found myself in that situation of feeling those levels of dis-ease and driving home, irritated or pissed about whatever happened in the day or whatever I felt threatened by or not supported in, it was like enough became enough once I had a grief and loss experience. And it was then that I started to really prioritize my peace of mind. Whew. It was then that I remembered, you said you would never do this. You would never continue to go someplace where you didn't feel joy or fun and fulfillment. The lack thereof of all of those things what started to destroy my health. So me jumping into entrepreneurship was more like a SOS than it was like a green light go. It was like, red light, this has to stop, so therefore there's a green light here. It wasn't because I felt uber confident or that I had all the clarity I needed or wanted at that time. In fact, that was probably the darkest time of my life because I was so unsure of what was going to happen next. I mean, talk about jumping without a parachute. But my peace of mind was worth it. It was worth it. Whatever the cost it was going to be to go into entrepreneurship with no real knowledge or know-how or confidence or plan, it was worth it. And it still is worth it. I have 0.0 regrets about leaving. 0. And I was terrified at the time. But I knew I had reached a point of no return where I was already unsatisfied and I was trying to recover from a very traumatic loss. And the weight of all of it was just stacked against me. So it literally gave birth to this career that I get to enjoy right now. Me being brave enough, courageous enough, and hell, some might even say crazy enough to quit a job without having a job or without having a formidable business already together. Now my business, I already filed my LLC 2 years before that. But I had worked maybe 1 or 2 projects under it. It wasn't like I was paying attention to it and focused on it. And it was just like a sidebar to take on some extra projects, make a little extra money at the district I was working at. But now it's like, it's becoming my bread and butter and I still don't even know what the fuck it really is. It wasn't like, it was like for sure a coaching firm. I was like, yeah, I want to do some coaching, but I don't know where this is going or who I'm going to coach or what we're really going to talk about. I didn't have that kind of clarity then. I certainly didn't have any clue about human design. But my commitment to my own peace of mind is what actually gave birth to my purpose. Y'all chew on that for a second. My commitment to my peace of mind is what gave birth to my purpose. And now my purpose pays me. Shout out to my clients who booked this morning. My purpose pays me. I'm here on the internet, pulling cards, reading tarot, being my natural born self with sleep in my eyes, no makeup, my teeth haven't been brushed, and I get paid to be here. Maybe not here, but I get paid to do this. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought just honoring that commitment to protect my peace of mind would lead me here. So I don't know how that resonates with each of you. Let me read the comments and maybe I will. Oh, Crystal says she's relating. Yes, the environment is so toxic. Girl. But I did just have a peer on my floor tell me I'm such a breath of fresh air to work with because I'm not all stuck up and stiff like most people around. What a great compliment. So your light is shining, Crystal. I love to hear that. Hi, Carrie Grace. I love to hear that. I really love to hear that. And we be needing them little reminders. You know, like somebody sees us around here. That all hope is not lost. Like, you know, maybe my mission is still serving itself even when I don't notice, right? But protecting that peace of mind, bro. Finding ways to separate yourself from the energies, even if you have to stay in the environment a little longer. Protecting your peace of mind at all costs. like it pays you, they say. Protect your peace of mind like it pays you. And it does now. So let me get into some cards to see what messages and energies are coming through the cards. Say hey in the chat if you haven't already. Like this video as we get into this. If you resonate with this energy of finding yourself at this pivot, this crossroads of having to choose what you're currently doing or your peace of mind, like how are you navigating that? How are you self-caring through that? Are you self-caring? How are you supporting yourself? So, what's up, Angel D? So, this card came out upside down, okay? I got 3 cards. This one came up upside down. And what that tells me is that some of y'all are really not paying attention. Even as I'm telling my personal story of having been stressed out and at my wit's end in my own experience, recognizing that I need to change, some of y'all don't recognize that you're actually getting closer to your wit's end. You're not paying attention. You're like, yeah, I'm not happy, but, you know, let me go make the donuts, you know. But this card is saying watch for signs. And what that tells me is like, even if you're ready, you know, let's play this out. Even if you're in a situation, maybe like Crystal, where you're not quite ready to move around for whatever reason, whatever obstacle you see is in your way, okay? Whatever reason that you don't feel it's quite the right time just yet, there are signs, symbols, and clues all around you that are showing you how you can start your transition, okay? And your transition might take 3 years or 5 years. However long you want it to take is how long it can take. Your transition could also be 30 days, 2 weeks, okay? It's like there are signs and symbols that are here to help you bridge to the next place or the next opportunity. So I know for me, as I think back on my own experiences, when I knew I was getting ready to get ready, and that's what this energy is. It's like getting ready to get ready, okay? So you're not quite ready, but you're starting that process of like pre-contemplation, just kind of entertaining what else could be out there. How might you do it if you were gonna do it? You know, that get ready to get ready energy is like, it feels like someone offering you an opportunity to work on a special project, and instead of you seeing as an opportunity to learn some new skills or, you know, develop some new connections, you're like, I don't want no extra work, okay? That's what this energy upside down means. It's like, it's saying, I don't want no extra work, or I don't want to work with them people, and you're like, you focus on all the wrong shit as opposed to looking at this could be part of your transition plan. This could be the door that opens to other connections or other projects that you do find really desirable. This could be the opportunity that leads to the opportunity, okay? So this card coming upside down is telling me y'all not paying attention, okay? You're not paying attention to what's right in front of you. People that you already know, okay? Relationships you already have, okay? It's like you just like want the, you know, the answer to fix it all and to have it be done already, but you're not paying attention to the steps to your success that are right in front of you. Things that you can leverage right now, okay? So maybe it's not leaving right now. Maybe it's scheduling a lunch date or a meetup with somebody who, you know, is doing something that you want to do, okay? Maybe that is what's right in front of you. You just talked to so-and-so and you know what they do and you respect what they do and you're kind of interested in what they do, but your pride and ego won't let you just pick up the phone and say, hey, let's connect because I really do want to learn more about that. Or can you teach me this, that, or the other? Hey, can you refer me? Okay. So there's a lot of that kind of energy of needing to really pay attention to what's right in front of you that is leading you to steps to in your success, okay? It's a lot of that. And it feels like, you know, training oriented, like if you need to learn some new skills or master a skill that you already kind of know. It's given like, this dog, why is he laying on my yoga mat? Bingo. Bingo. Get off my yoga mat. That's your friend. All right. Yeah. So it's a lot of energy around pay attention. Yeah, that'd be great. Pay attention. And I want to cuss because it feels like shit right in front of your face. I want to say, pay the fuck attention. Like, pay attention. Okay? Like, don't be so alienated in your workplace or workspace or within your business networks that people don't know what you need or what you're wanting or what you're trying to do. Okay? It's like you got people right in arm's reach that can help you leverage to the next place, either through, again, developing a skill or giving you a referral or just sharing some know-how with you. It's given a lot of pride and ego is blocking this awareness, okay? It's a lot of I don't want to be bothered energy, okay? It's I don't want to be bothered. It's a lot of ego energy in the way, okay? So watch for signs, okay? This is about developing a transition plan. Watch for signs and clues that can open new doors. And like, I feel like here's your indicator. Whoever you are judging as somebody you don't want to be bothered with is exactly who you need to talk to. Whoever irks your nerve and you're like, I don't want to deal with them, that's exactly who you need to talk to. Okay, exactly who you need to talk to. This is how we be blocking our blessings. Oh, they talk too much, they get on my nerves, or they be doing too much, or I just don't like how they, whatever it is. Whatever negative judgment you have, get over yourself, okay? Like, let's say, unfuck your feelings, okay? Get over yourself. Get over yourself so that you can get to the gateway of opportunity, okay? I'm not encouraging you to be fake and to be phony. I'm encouraging you to be open and to be honest, to be non-judgmental, and even towards yourself, to not be self-critical. For many of you, the reason why you don't move forward toward these opportunities or these people or these conversations is because you're judging yourself. It's like, I don't want them to know that I'm in need, or that I don't really know, or I don't want them to know that I'm looking for an opportunity, okay? It's a lot of get out of your own way energy, okay? Next card says face your fears. So again, this is right in alignment with what I'm saying. This unfuck your feelings, okay? It includes fear. What are you afraid of? Shit is already fucked up, okay? You think it's gonna get worse when you start seeking out better? How does that make sense? You think it's gonna get worse if you start seeking out better. This is the psychology that you're having to unravel in your own mind, okay? Is if I change this thing that I'm dissatisfied with, that I'm gonna be even more dissatisfied. How does that work? What math is this that we're doing? Okay, 1 + 1 gonna equal 2 most days of the week. If I stop doing what I don't like and start doing what I do want, it's gonna add up for me, okay? And this extra card here says it's meant to be, and I feel like that needs to be included in this conversation of face your fears. It's not face your fears so you can fail, it's face your fears so that you can do what you're already called to do. Like, face your fears is like getting your me, myself, and I, all the parts of you that know that you deserve more, want more, and should be experiencing more. It's like integrate all of that into the knowing that, yeah, it is for me to live better, to be happy, to feel free, to enjoy what I do and who I do it with, okay? It is for you, okay? It is absolutely for you to be happy. So whatever math that you're doing that says I need to stay unhappy doing this and hope to eventually get happy doing things I don't want to do, like, y'all doing long division the wrong way, okay? You skipped a step or two. And the step or two must include your joy. And not just your joy, but like doing things like this message is real specific. It's like, it's not just about seek your joy, like we know that. But it's like, do the things you like to do, okay? Like, use your time and energy in ways that feel fun, okay? That feel enjoyable. And I'm hearing the word magical, that feel magical. The fuck? Like, for real, y'all. Like, everybody take a moment of pause. And you don't have to answer in the chat if you want to, but if you want to answer in the chat, I welcome you to. Be very honest. On a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you love your job? Anybody brave enough to put it in the chat? How much do you really love your job on a scale from 1 to 10? 10 being, oh, it's fucking fantastic. Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10. If I gotta rank mine, I'm gonna say 9. I'm at 9, maybe 9.5. Yeah, 9.5. And the 0.5, the 9.5, why I'm shy of 10 is because there's still some things, like every job, they say every job got some shit you don't want to do. There's things that I don't particularly prefer. Like, if I didn't have to market myself and I could just do this work and show up and do my song and dance, okay? Okay. If I could just show up and do shit like that and not have to think about none of the other organizational pieces, you know, or maybe not none. That's not true. Because I like to have my hand in shit. But if I could just have all the partnerships I need around me to help me co-pilot all of this other shit, I'm at fucking 10 million. Okay, not just 10, but 10 billion. 10 gazillion. Like, I'm at the pinnacle of the pinnacle's pinnacle, okay? But I say 9.5, honestly. I fucking love I love my life. I love my life. I love it. I love it. Y'all's testimonials give me life, okay? It just gives me my whole reason for being. I love it so much here. That one piece, which is a big piece, but in the schema of all the abundance and the blessings and the fulfillment, enjoyment that I have, like, that shit's gonna work itself out too. As long as I stay keeping in alignment, okay? Those of you who saying 4, 5, y'all be fighting for that 4 and 5. Let somebody fire you right now, you're gonna be pissed the fuck off, even though it's 4 and 5. And I don't wish that on nobody, unless that's what you want. And some of us be quiet quitting, meaning we doing just enough to get by, and half the time less than that, okay, if nobody's watching. That whole quiet quitting is like the way to protest. It's like, I'm not brave enough to leave this bitch, but I'm not giving you all of what I got in me. I'm not giving you my best. I'm gonna give you just enough to keep y'all quiet from talking to me so I can collect my check, pay my bills, go on vacation when I want to, and go on about my business, okay? Y'all be fighting for it. Fighting tooth and nail for it. And what kind of sense does that make? You fighting for 4 and 5 when you got 9 and 10 waiting for you if you so choose to. Dare to. Venture off into your fears that tell you that it's not going to work out. And it's not, you know, fear. False evidence that appears real. Thank you, my love. False evidence that appears real. Fear. F-E-A-R. False evidence that appears real. If you can just deal with yourself in that, you open up the gateway. And I say gateway, not just a path. Gateway is like the fucking floodgates open. Abundance and opportunity and fun and fulfillment and alignment and joy and success and money and friends and all the things that align for you is outside that door that you won't go out. And again, it's not necessarily about like, take this job and shut it. I'm quitting today. Listen, if that's what your soul and your gut tell you to do, many people have done it. But I will very much assure you that this is a spiritual journey. Your path to alignment is a spiritual journey first. If you ain't ready for that, sit your ass down somewhere. Go make the donuts. Okay? Woo! But it's a lot of energy around watch for signs, okay? The doors are already open for you. Watch for signs. Okay. Whew. Before I get into this deck, I feel a need to ask you, what made you go into your current career? Okay. By the way, I appreciate you all's candor and your responses. What made you go into your career or your job that you have right now? Give me a soundbite. Don't give me a story. Oh, my homegirl hooked me up and da 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 da. Like, give me a soundbite. What made you choose what you're doing right now? Security. Money. Anybody else? What made you choose this gig? Okay. And clearly these are the most common reasons. Okay. I haven't seen the word stability. Had to shift and it was there. Okay. So it won by default. It was just in proximity to you. So if we can, and I want y'all to see, obviously you're not alone. Like, we be knowing other people be doing shit that we do, but to see it is another level of support. Like, you're not alone. You're not crazy for doing it how you did it. Okay. That's what many of us do. For stability, security, I haven't seen for clout or prestige. Okay. Because how many times have you ever taken a job just so you can get the title? Okay. I know too many people that do that. You know, I just need to get this title so then I can apply for the next job. Okay? They don't give a fuck about this word. Oh, they're looking for this. Hold on, guys. Yeah. You take a job for every other reason that's outside of your value system. If I were to ask you what are your top 5 values, y'all wouldn't say this. You might say autonomy. I might hit it. When I'm talking about values, that's not like wishes, like money. Okay. You may value security. Okay. But if I guarantee, if I asked you your top 5 values in life, money is not going to be there. It's not. Something like autonomy might be there. Why? Because it speaks to more of your mental, social, emotional health. Okay, that autonomy is like AKA freedom, okay, or flexibility, independence, okay. This is the work that you all have to do inside your own life. You got to align your choices with your value system. Because when we don't do that, we find ourselves doing a bunch of shit, literally, that don't matter. And for what? For just money. For just money. There's so many ways to make money, you guys. There's almost an infinite number of ways to make money. And you all choose to do things that you don't desire. That you don't desire. Who told you you can't do what you want to do? Like, point them out. Who told you? Was it a parent? Was it the news? Was it your boss? Was it a teacher? Who told you this nonsense that you can't do what you want to do and make a viable income? Who told you? Is it just you? It's just you telling you I can't or I shouldn't or it won't? Like, who is in your head telling you it can't happen for you? Who's telling you you got to stay put right where you are? Who's telling you you can't find money, stability, security, and autonomy somewhere else, doing something else that you actually love? Like, who? Besides you. Who? I don't see no responses in the chat, and I don't expect it, because it don't really be other people. It be us telling us. It be us poisoning our own process with our negative self-talk, with our self-doubt, with our inability to manage our emotions or regulate our emotions. It's us not noticing that it's our self-talk that's holding us back, not actual elements in the world. It be us. Even if a teacher once told you wasn't gonna be shit and your mama and daddy wasn't there to support you to become your best person in life, that doesn't matter. It's still you saying it can't happen. It's you comparing yourself to other people's path and other people's outcomes and their process, whether it worked out for them or not. It's still not you. So technically, you don't know what the hell could happen if you bet on yourself. Okay. And I know some of you are like, well, I've tried entrepreneurship. It didn't really work out for me. Okay. That's a conversation in and of itself. Did you have the right team? Did you have the right partnerships? Hell, did you have the right business plan? Were you in the right industry? Was it the right time? Okay. Did you have the right attitude? There's so many layers to it to say, oh, it didn't work. Do you know why it didn't work? Do you know that entrepreneurship is more failure than success? Do you know that? Did you give yourself time, grace, and space to learn what you needed to learn to fail forward? Did you do that work? Did you learn how to manage your anxiety so when you're in a lull or in a moment of patience, as I call it, you know, business don't just go like this. It goes like this sometimes. It goes like this sometimes. It goes like this and then it goes back like that. You ever seen the stock market trend? Stock market lines don't just go straight up. It dips and it gradually trends upwards where you failing forward. All right. Let me get into this tarot deck. Yes, a lot of energy around being impatient. Okay. Another card upside down. Not being patient. This is the seven of Pentacles. Being impatient. You want everything fast and now. I want everything to work out the first time. I don't want to have to learn through an experience. I just want it to work out. Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, I must have failed. Let me go do something else. Let me go run back to this W-2. Okay, it's a lot of energy around. Y'all need to be watching for signs. There's signs, symbols, and clues all around you. Hell, this might be one. Just reaffirming what you already know about yourself, about your prospects, about your potential. Pay attention, okay? Pay attention. But yeah, it's a lot of energy. It's like a lot of pay attention energy. Look at the card. Paying a fucking attention. Okay? There's a need to pay close attention. Some of y'all need to go down and go back and write down what if money was not an object, if you could have everything perfectly go right, what would you want to do? That's at a level 10. How would you want to spend your time, spend your days, your energy? Like what would bring you the income or revenue that you desire? Like, what is it? You may not even know exactly what it is, but like challenge yourself to start to write down what you do know. Even if it's hypothetically, well, I maybe could do such and such and such and such. Okay. Write down all your potential ideas. A lot of energy around that. Write down your potential ideas. Feel free to share one in the chat if you want to. But it's a lot of energy around. You're blocking your own blessings because you won't even allow yourself to fully imagine what you want. This is the Seven of Cups. Sorry, I'm holding the card real weird. Seven of Cups is all about this energy right here, the unknown. what you might love that you can't see. Y'all over here blocking every blessing because you can't figure out how you, oh, it's like, oh, I want to be a rocket scientist. Well, I don't know how I'd be a rocket scientist. You shut the shit down just because you don't know how you're going to get to it. Or you shut it down even before you allow yourself to fully imagine it. Some of you all want to become I don't know who this is. Somebody want to become a doctor. But you shut it down because you don't even know where you would start, how you'd pass the test, and how you pay for it, and how blah, 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 as opposed to just letting that shit be a thing. Okay? Oh, I'm too old, or I don't live in the right place, or I don't know if I'd ever pass the MCAT or whatever the test is. You know, I feel naturopath doctor. Somebody wants to be a naturopath doctor, but they're like, I don't want to invest all the time and the energy. Listen, you will stay stuck holding your vision in your hand for as long as you want. See this horse? This horse ain't going nowhere. Okay, fully prepared to take action and go do some shit, and you can stay stuck right where you want to be stuck, holding in your hand the seed of an opportunity or seed of an idea that can literally unblock all of your problems, and you can stay stuck if you want to. That's a choice too. But if you face your fears, you'll come to know that what you want to do wants you to. It's meant to be. It is. I know that seems real wild for some of y'all to believe. That's because you need to do more emotional healing and shadow work because you don't think you're actually worthy of the shit. You don't think you're actually worthy of what you really want. You don't believe in yourself and your ability to get it. To be resilient and to overcome whatever the challenges are, whether it's hard tests or difficult relationships or whatever the variables are. You don't have enough faith and trust in your ability to get it done. And that is the problem. That's the problem. The problem is not about stability. It's not about money. It's not about security. The problem is you actually don't believe in yourself. Oh, Maya, that's you? Okay. I'm feeling it I'm seeing the words naturopath. They're showing me naturopath. So it's like, if you really want to do it, it wants you to do it too. And the only thing blocking you is your mindset. That's it. And it's like we all have something really divine to give the world when we're obedient to our own calling. The Six of Cups is here. Yeah, Six of Cups. This Six of Cups energy is all about like circling back to something that you once wanted to do or once wanted to be involved in or be a part of. It's like there's some circle back energy. Some of you all need to revisit some of your old dreams, even things that you thought of as a child. You know, as children, we have a really grand imagination. We don't allow ourselves to stop at, you know, how many years of college is it going to take me to become, you know, a school principal? We just like, oh, I want to be a teacher. You know, I want to be a computer scientist, or I want to be a supermodel, or I want to be in professional sports. We don't stop at, oh, it's going to take that long, and oh, we're going to have to stay up late and sacrifice this and do that. We're not thinking about all the hurdles and obstacles as kids. We're just thinking about what we want. Low-key already doing it, helping people with natural, come on. But it's like, yeah, that's true. But to get the formal training, okay, to get all the knowledges, that's the next step, Maya, is to keep going. It's like, the gateway is ready for you to walk through it. We be like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for it. I don't know where the time is. Like, all that shit works itself out when you stop doing shit that's not for you. All of that works itself out when we stop doing things that are not for us. I keep going back to this watch for signs because it's real heavy. Watch for signs. Okay? It's like pay attention to, even when you're on social media, if you're scrolling social media and see some shit that reminds you of a vision or a dream or ambition, that's a sign. It's not a coincidence. Somebody happens to call you out of the blue talking about some shit that's important to you or that you've been curious about, that's a sign. It's not a coincidence. Okay? If any of this resonates for you today, this is a sign. This is the sign you're looking for. Move forward faster toward it. It's a lot of energy around facing your fears. And I'll add to that, regulating your nervous system. Because that's what be slowing us down. It's not just fearful thoughts. The fearful thoughts create anxiety. It makes us feel unsure, unsafe, and uncertain. It goes beyond like, oh, I'm not just going to think that. It's like you got to pay attention to what those thoughts are triggering inside your body and regulate that. So how to move past the limiting beliefs? Very simple. Stop entertaining them. If you can articulate some language of a limiting belief, that tells me that you know how to get to yours. And if you can identify what beliefs that you are maintaining in your awareness that are simply not true, because there's that. We've been believing shit that's not true. I can't do it. You don't fucking know if you can do it because you haven't tried. That's a limiting belief that's literally unfounded and unmerited. You may believe something like, it's not for me to do it. Whatever you say, you're right. Okay? If that's what you know is limiting you, stop saying it. Say something else. And even if you can't commit to the polar opposite of that, is I got it, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be perfect, that's the other extreme. Just go neutral. I'm open to see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can. That's actually neutral. It's not saying you can't, and it's not saying you will. It's saying I'm not sure. And then you might graduate to maybe I could. See how we moving along the continuum? You went from I can't to I'm not sure to maybe. Maybe don't mean I definitely will or I definitely can. So to answer that question, if you can identify your limiting beliefs, that's the first step. To identify, what are you telling yourself that's toxic and counterproductive or simply not true? And while you want to grow to the whole polar opposite of like strong belief and confidence in self, it doesn't happen like that. The first thing you got to do is identify what it is that you're saying to yourself and learn to neutralize that language, which means take the negativity out of it. If you have doubt, fear, and worry, that's okay. Those are natural, normal human responses to things. But to then damn yourself to failure because of it, take the negativity out of it. So simply put, if you're trying to work through some limiting beliefs, write down the beliefs first. What are the beliefs that you have that you know are limiting? And whatever that language looks like, your next step is to make it a little less negative. So this becomes almost a little bit of an English language assignment. It's no longer about the actual reality of the things. It's like play with the language. Okay. If it's I can't, see if you can graduate to maybe. Maybe I could, maybe I can't. It's like a 50-50 chance. You're in the neutral zone. Okay? Maybe I can't, but maybe I could. Okay? As an example. If anybody wants to put in the chat a limiting belief that they hold, and you're looking for how do you change this limiting belief, throw it in the chat. We'll play with it as a group. I'll wait. We're going to let God work out the how. Yes, girl. I mean, that should be our mode of operation anyway. With everything. Anything that we even think we know how it's going to work out, we need to back away from it. Yep, change the language, change the mindset. Absolutely. I mean, that's the biggest news flash. If y'all don't hear nothing else about nothing else ever, especially when we start talking about mindset, if you want to change your mindset, change your language, period. That's it. You don't need surgery on your brain. You won't take out your frontal lobe. Just change the way you talk. It's not even change the way you think. It's change the way you talk. That'll recalibrate how you think. Okay. All right. One last card. We dipping. Full card. We're going to end on the full card. Full card is all about taking risk. And he's not foolishly taking a risk. It's called the Fool card because people think it's a risk. Like he's standing on the edge of the cliff completely oblivious. Most people would be like, he's crazy. Is he crazy or does he have faith? Notice where the attention is. He's not looking down, worried about falling. He's looking up. And he looks very stable. He doesn't look like he's in jeopardy. He's very comfortably positioned. And then you got the dog back there. And that'd be our naysayers. Like, hey, there's a cliff right there. There's a risk right there. He's like, no, I got this. I'm focused. I'm listening. I'm attentive. The Fool card is not about being reckless in your attention and your energy. It's actually more strategic. Trust and faith is strategic. I don't know who need to hear that again. To practice having trust and faith in your higher power is a strategy. Okay? It is a strategy for success. Those of you who stay stuck and stagnant in fear, that means that you've got to get more familiar with risk taking. Get more comfortable with trusting how is it coming? Not just trusting your intuitive knowing. Like there's a layer to this I can't get to. It's like trusting in possibility. Trusting in things you can't see. Trusting in potential. So like my ego mind wants to crack a joke. Like y'all done dated plenty of people that you dated on potential. You trusted in their potential. You didn't see it up front, but you trusted in their potential. To take a risk and see what happens, focus, listen, and be attentive. Trust and faith is a strategy. Ashe, ashe, for sure. So I welcome y'all to take this message and run with it. Any convictions that you have, follow them. Tap into your own inner wisdom for more guidance on your path and what the transition and what the signs and what are the fears and the limiting beliefs, like all of that shit. Don't just get off of this live and let this conversation end here. Take it to your journal. Take it into your therapy or your coaching sessions. But continue the conversation with yourself so you can unpack this. Okay? It's a lot of energy around this because too many of you have sacrificed your peace of mind for a paycheck. Woo! Girl. Woo. We all been there. Sacrificing your peace of mind for a paycheck. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord. All right, I'm out on that note. Y'all go to begreateveryday.com, but don't do it till later today. I love y'all. Have a great day, no matter what. Peace.